Amanda loved beautiful things, beautiful clothes, beautiful makeup, beautiful pictures, beautiful attention. Every morning in her luxurious Lagos home, she would set up her phone, adjust the lighting, and record videos for social media while thousands of followers admire her perfect life. But there was one thing Amanda never admired: prayer. That morning was no different. As Amanda sat in the living room recording herself with a soft smile, Mama Grace, her husband's mother, knelt quietly behind her with her open Bible, praying softly. Amanda rolled her eyes in frustration. "Mama," she sighed, "every morning is prayer, prayer, prayer. We are in a modern time now." Mama Grace slowly opened her eyes and looked at her kindly. "My daughter," she said gently, "never joke with prayer." Amanda forced a smile and continued recording her video. To the internet, Amanda and her husband, David, looked like the perfect couple. Their videos were always filled with laughter, romance, and luxury. But what social media never showed was the pressure quietly growing inside their home. David was struggling financially. A major business contract had begun falling apart, and bills were piling up faster than he could ever control. Every day, he returned home emotionally exhausted, but Amanda barely noticed. One evening, David came home looking deeply troubled. "Smile small," Amanda said while holding her phone up. "I want to post this." David forced a weak smile for the camera. The moment the recording ended, his face dropped again. But Amanda had already moved on to checking comments and likes. That same night, while everyone slept, Mama Grace suddenly woke up feeling uneasy. Rain poured heavily outside. She sat upright on the bed, sensing trouble in her spirit. Quickly, she picked up her Bible and began praying. "Father," she cried softly, "whatever battle is coming against this family, let your mercy speak." Thunder flashed across the sky. Days later, Amanda met her friend Ella at a luxury restaurant. Ella was flashy, confident, and obsessed with money. During their conversation, a smooth talker businessman joined them. "With your online influence," the man said confidently, "you can double your money in just 2 weeks." Amanda's eyes widened with excitement. Ella laughed. "Forget all this village prayer life," she said. "Smart women make smart money." Amanda smiled. Without telling David, she invested a huge amount of money, including part of their family savings. Then suddenly, everything began collapsing. David lost his contract completely. Financial pressure entered the home like a storm. The peaceful atmosphere disappeared. Argument replaced laughter. One evening, during dinner, Amanda exploded in frustration. "Other men are succeeding," she shouted. "What exactly is wrong with you?" David looked hurt. "I'm trying my best," he replied quietly. Amanda scoffed. "Maybe your best is not enough." The word pierced David deeply.
This is RS Africa Tales. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe.
But while tension filled the house, Mama Grace remained on her knee praying. At church, she fasted and cried before God. Lord, she prayed, tears rolling down her face. Please don't let this marriage scatter. Then the disaster came. Amanda tried calling the businessman again and again. No answer. She checked her message repeatedly. Nothing. Panic slowly filled her chest. Her money was gone. The businessman has disappeared completely. Shaking with fear, she called Ella. But Ella's phone was switched off too. Amanda sat frozen on the bed, staring at her phone. For the first time, social media could not comfort her. The same followers praising her online knew nothing about her pain. That night, David discovered the truth. "You use our service without telling me," he shouted in disbelief. Amanda burst into tears. "I was trying to help us. You nearly destroyed this family," David yelled, overcome with anger and disappointment. He stormed out of the house. Amanda collapsed onto the floor, crying. At that moment, Mama Grace quietly walked into the room. Amanda expected insults, judgment, or rejection. Instead, Mama Grace slowly leaned beside her. She gently held Amanda's trembling hands. "When life humbles us," she said softly, "God is still willing to help us stand again." Amanda broke down completely. For the first time in her life, she truly understood the power of mercy. That night, both women knelt together and prayed, not for money, not for fame, but for peace, healing, and restoration. Meanwhile, David drove through dark Lagos road, consumed with anger and frustration. His mind replayed every painful word and betrayal. Suddenly, a huge truck swayed dangerously towards his car. David's heart nearly stopped. At that last second, he narrowly escaped the accident, breathing heavily, shaking with fear. One thought entered his mind: my mother's prayers. The next day, David returned home silently. Days later, the family visited Pastor Daniel for counseling. The pastor listened carefully before speaking. "A home survived," he said calmly, "not because people are perfect, but because they chose forgiveness." The room became quiet. Amanda cried softly. David looked at her with pain still in his eyes, but also compassion. Slowly, healing began. Weeks later, peace gradually returned to the home, and every morning now, something has changed. Amanda no longer mocked prayer. Instead, she sat beside Mama Grace with an open Bible, praying sincerely. One day, Amanda recorded another video, but this time it was different. There was no luxury display, no fake perfection. She simply smiled softly into the camera and said, "Build your home with God, not pride." Because she had finally learned something life taught her painfully. Prayer may look simple until life becomes difficult, and sometimes the people praying for you are the very people holding your family together. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and follow for more.